Welcome back, everyone. Let's get back to the conversation. We've been talking about the labor matter earlier in the program. We spoke with one of the labor leaders. Now, we've switched gears to the issues in Rivers State, precisely the internal troubles that the APC is facing after the judgment of the High Court in Rivers State yesterday. It does mean that, for now, the APC does not have a candidate. So where do they go from there? Well, you heard earlier during the break, Senator Magnus Abe, who spoke earlier on a sister program on Channels Television this morning, and Mr. Tonye Cole on the other side has been speaking to us on the program tonight. Let's get back to Mr. Tonye Cole now, Abuja studio. Mr. Cole, as it stands right now, you heard what Senator Abe said, that, look, the problem you are facing, according to him, is caused by the people who brought you. That's what he feels. So the problem is multifaceted, considering the fact that there is a crisis in the leadership and the crisis hanging over your emergence from the primary that brought you.
Well, I've heard Senator Magnus and what he has said. But like with all things, I believe that these are issues that could have very easily been sorted out if 2 adults, 3 adults sat in a room and came to an agreement as to how to move forward. You see, the problem of Rivers State is far more than any one person wanting to contest an election. You have 2.7 million young people out of work. That is a serious problem. It's one of the highest levels of unemployment that you have in Nigeria today. Put Borno State, Yobe, and Adamawa together, and you have more unemployed people out. So we have very serious issues. And I think when we then go back to start bickering over who brought who and whether somebody brought someone, I think we're really missing the point. Rivers State is in crisis, and we have to sit down and deal with the crisis of Rivers State.
So it underlines the manner in which you came into the party, the APC, and your relationship with the Minister of Transportation. I guess that's what Senator Abe is referring to. He does believe that you came through the back door.
No, I wouldn't agree with that. You see, everybody has an opportunity a day when they would get into a party, and everyone comes through one person or the other. I don't know anyone, including when you were born. You were born because you had a father and a mother that brought you into the world. So nobody just appears somewhere. And I think it's very, very wrong for people to just believe that you were just brought in. That's not true. I've been supporting this party for a long time, albeit behind the scene. And we came in here because we knew that there was a crisis and that there was something to be done. I'm not involved, and I don't believe that we should be sitting down and arguing over the crisis of the party, who brought who and the manner with which one was brought in. But we should sit down and look at the state and decide on the fate of all the young people and old people in the state, people who have not been paid pensions, a state that is almost losing governance. That's what we really need to be looking at.
Have you had the time to sit with Senator Magnus Abe, perhaps, to look at some non-political way of resolving this issue?
Severally. I've sat with him, we've talked about it, and I've told him that we were there and there to reconcile. I believe 100% that we could work together and get this done. But Senator Magnus had said to me over and over again that I'm not the problem, and that the former minister, the former governor and himself have to sit down to work it out, and it's not me. The former minister and himself have sat down to come to an agreement, and for whatever reason, no agreement was done. But I have sat down, and I continue to remain open to Senator Magnus and anybody who is genuinely interested in Rivers State to sit down and solve the problem.
Would you be considering meeting President Muhammadu Buhari over this matter, at least is seen as a political leader of your party, or any member of your party as that? Have you discussed with the President Muhammadu Buhari? Is he waiting on this one?
With the president, no. But we have discussed with the party leadership, with Oshimole, we've discussed with the vice president, we've discussed with different senior members of the party, including Bola Tinubu, Asiwaju. So we have had some very senior people who are absolutely concerned about what is going on in Rivers State to sit down and mediate on this. And I know that they have. They've spoken to Senator Magnus, they've spoken to the minister, they've spoken to me, and we have all sat down to know that we have a very, very serious issue. Where you have today the judiciary being very, very involved in trying to solve a matter that could have been solved by the party tells that there is an issue that we cannot fold our arms and just go to sleep on. It's a very serious issue.
Mr. Cole, as it stands right now, it does look like you're racing against time, and the chances are dimming. Should you lose out in all of this and you do not find your name on the ballot at the end of the day, what would you do?
Well, so that's a question. It's a hypothesis. So the first aspect of it is I do believe 100% that when it comes to election day, our name will be on the ballot. That much I believe. And I believe so because I know that we have a judiciary that will end up doing what is right. They will stand for the right of the people and the right of the candidates. So I'm certain about that. So the issue of not being on the ballot is not something that I consider. I can sit down with people and discuss options, but we have been on the ballot. INEC has been on the ballot. We have respected law. I come from a family that has been full of lawyers, from Nabo Graham Douglas, Rita Jacks, an appeal court judge of the highest caliber, Caribe White, Melford, Mel Graham Douglas. So we have sat down and I've grown up with the judiciary. I understand what it means to follow the rule of the law. And I know that when the law is looked at clearly, it will be very, very clear that this candidate, that's me, and all the candidates that have come out of that primary are the right candidates and will stay true to the form. I believe that it will be resolved.
All right. Let's get perhaps towards the end of this conversation. And so I will ask you, pointedly, you know that you are facing a very big challenge in the incumbent governor, Nyesom Wike. And you know he's not an easy man at that, politically speaking. He's a giant in your state presently. Are you afraid that with all of these crises, you may have your party may be on a losing side with what is going on?
No, I'm not. Fear is not something that I have, so no, I'm not afraid. One of the things that I have done, which is unprecedented, is to go from ward to ward. I have visited over 230 wards, and I have seen the condition of the people there. The one thing I am certain about is that poverty is at its highest. Unemployment is at its highest. People are tired. They want a change. They need a government that will bring a difference. I've seen it. I have looked them in the eye, and I've seen people who are suffering and are tired. And one of the things that we're ready to do is bring that change. Just bring the change to Rivers State. Rivers State should not be where it is today. And with that, I am certain that given the chance, they will see a difference. They will know that there's a different type of leadership from the leadership that is there today. And that's the only chance that we ask. That's what we ask the courts to respect.
Let's close the program.
Be allowed to go to court.
Let's close this program, but help me, please. I need you to respond to this in 20 seconds. What do you think is the solution between yourself and Senator Magnus Abbey? If there is a solution, what would that be? 20 seconds, please.
I think Magnus should just come and stand with me, and together we will fight this. If he stands by my side, I can guarantee you that Wike and the PDP will be history.